Hello everyone. In this topic, we'll discuss about resource lock. A resource lock prevents resources from being accidentally deleted or changed. With the right level of access, Azure RBAC, which is nothing but role-based access control, we'll be able to delete because we have the privileges to delete any of the resources, and we can go on deleting the critical cloud resources. So since I have RBAC, this is my storage account, and this is me. I am the owner of this storage account. Since I have the privileges from Azure RBAC as owner for this storage account, let us say this storage account holds critical data like this is for GeoTV, which has streaming data. So all the TV channel related data, everything is there. Or let us say this is Airtel TV or something like that. So basically this particular storage account has all the critical streaming data. So I am the owner of this storage account. I can simply delete this, right? So once you put a lock for this particular storage account, even if you have owner privileges, you will not be able to delete this storage account. So basically the resource lock is going to prevent resources from being deleted or updated depending on the type of the lock, what you have selected. And we'll be able to apply the lock on the resources or at the resource group level or even at the subscription level. Then whatever the lock which you have applied, it is going to inherit. So basically the lock is going to inherit from the subscription, resource group, and all your resources. If I'm placing the lock at the subscription level, saying that this is my subscription and I have placed the lock at this particular subscription level, so this lock will be applied for the entire subscription and also the resource group and whatever resources I am going to create from this hierarchy. If I am placing the lock at this resource group, whatever resources I am going to create under the resource group, everything will be locked. I will not be able to delete any of the resources. If I am placing the lock at the resources, let us say this is the example of the resource. If I have placed the lock here, then I will not be able to delete only this particular resource. If any of the resources which has been created under this resource group doesn't have the lock, then we will be able to delete those resources. So basically there are two types of locks. One is delete. We'll be able to modify the resource, but we'll not be able to delete the resource. And there is also another type of lock which is called as read only. We can only read the resource. We'll not be able to do any kind of modification or update the resource. Let us say how we can manage the resource lock. We can manage the resource lock using the Azure portal, PowerShell, and Azure CLI, and also using the Cloud Shell. In the Azure portal, if you click or if you select the storage account, there is a section over here. You will be able to see there is a lock. And basically there are two types of lock. One is read-only lock and delete lock. Let us say if you have a resource which has been locked. So this is a storage account. Let us say this is storage 001. This is a storage account and this has been locked. If I wanted to delete this particular storage account, what is the process to delete this storage account? You need to first unlock. You need to remove the lock. So since it is locked, then you have to unlock or remove the lock. And only if you have correct RBAC privileges or role assigned, like storage account owner, then you'll be able to delete this particular storage account. Even if the storage account is unlocked and you don't have right privileges, saying that storage account, if you have only read permission, then you can only read. You will not be able to delete because RBAC comes into picture. Let us take an example and see why the resource lock is very useful and important when we are dealing in the production environment. In Azure Cloud, it is very easy to create the resource and also to delete the resource. To prevent the resources being deleted, what we can do is we can simply use the lock. So let us say we have production resource group, and this particular resource group has virtual machines, which is 100 virtual machines, and we have 5 virtual network and 50 network security group. This particular network security group has rules, inbound rules, outbound rules. Everything has been defined in the network security group. And we have somewhere around 200 IPs. And also we have some 5 public IPs. So this will be private IPs and this is public IP. And let us say we have 10 web application. And also we have 150 because all these virtual machine needs managed disks. So we have managed disks and we have 100 NIC cards, virtual NIC card. So this particular resource group has so much of resources which are very critical to the business, right? And I am a user, I am the owner. For this resource group, I have all the rights. I have the owner right, right? If I don't place the lock here at the resource group level, let us say by mistake or accident, I have deleted this production resource group. All the resources which you have created under this production resource group, everything will be deleted. So this way, the resource lock is very useful in the production environment. So this was an overview about resource lock and why it is very important when we are dealing with the Azure resources. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the content, please subscribe and share the video. Thank you and take care.